Hello, I am back. Song today. I was gonna sing a little song. My little made-up version I just made up. I'm just sitting out here watching airplanes and helicopters come fly over me. Yeah, I was talking to a little friend, and he says out there at the copper mine, they're wondering what the hell is going on at the park with those airplanes going down the middle of the Colorado River. Kind of fucking strange ever since I showed up, huh? Anyway, I just had a few things I want to talk about today. You know, ever since I went to those ley lines, I'm like, I was awake before, but I'm really freaking awake. And I have a few friends that I didn't know I had. I kind of actually have a few secret supporters out there. I know I can feel, I know which ones you are. I learned something more. And I always knew there was more, a lot more. But I have answers now, and I know how to get answers. And I know who I am. And this freaking writing is amazing. So we're just going to go on a little trip through memory lane real quick. And you guys probably won't be able to see my writing, but I'm going to try to show you. Let's see. We're just going to, again, rotate my device. Okay, I'm rotating it. All right. So anyway, it all started out like this. Okay, guys? My little weird codes. Well, I know about these codes now. I know all kinds of things. And then I just kept asking Spirit, am I supposed to know like phones and keyboards and all that QWERTY, whatever the fuck those things are? No, I don't have to know. I already know them. They're right here. Yeah, I'm learning shit every day. Anyway, then I get in, a couple people actually sent some money on Messenger to me. And it got me to this place. I really like it here. I mean, ran into some bad energy here, but grounded in nature, doing all that I do, I'm feeling pretty good. So anyway, we're talking. I got this gift over when I was at those ley lines the other day about writing. And then all of a sudden, I started drawing stuff. And a few people come, oh, and look, and then I started inverting in some colors. And then I realized I like to draw a big bird, right? So I did that whole Sesame Street routine. And then I got the urge to dance. And then I found out when I dance, my writing just gets a little more creative. But man, if I come out here to the park and I just get the best of all worlds. So we all started, right? Big bird. And then we got, well, this was first, before I figured it was Big Bird. Then it was Big Bird. Then it was the old bush that I used to draw. Oh, yeah. And I know I'm a childhood artist, too, and I do have a lot of money, but I don't really fucking give a shit about all that stuff. But you guys fight over it and do whatever the fuck you want to do, because I don't really give a shit. Anyway, then I'm starting to see my Big Bird, and then I told a little story about being in the lower self, and there's a kite, and then back to Big Bird, yeah. And then I talked about my little race against machines. This was not just an accident. And then I have the old rainbows and that balance thing. Yeah, it's kind of funny how those algorithms work. After I did my video on it, I started seeing those porch things. I couldn't remember what the fuck their name is. Anyway, and I did the old hallucinate to segregate, you know, the old NXS. That's not my song, not allowed to say that. Okay. Then I got into figuring, you know, songs used to freaking bother me. Like if I was around some freaking reptilian fuck that tried to fuck me over, I used to not be able to listen to their songs. There's still one fucking song I can't listen to. I don't think I'm gonna go there, but anyway, I started experiencing music of my lifetime. You know, Turbo Lover, you know, 80s, 70s, yes. Man, I know music. And I know classical music. I know all kinds of stuff. So anyway, music inspires me. Then I kind of felt a little stuck yesterday, right? And I asked Spirit, and I got a choice for two paths, right? I can go on this path, and I can go on this path, and either one of them are going to be good. But then all of a sudden, I start drawing this fucking bridge right here. Yeah, and another sun, and the picture brightened up. It's like my path brightened up. But something about a bridge, and it's not a coincidence that, what do I like to be called? Bridge. I don't really care for Bridget. Yeah, I know that a lot of you guys are like to call me Bridget, because you know I don't like that shit. Anyway, then I got here a little bit more creative. Yesterday, I figured I did angles. You know, I found out I can write perfect lines. I have never been able to draw a circle, but when I use my writing, I have the best freaking circles in the whole freaking world. And I got some more of my little ancient writing. And then, oh, that's a surprise. Oh, and this is how my writing started. I would write to my dad, my spirit guide. I would write him letters every day. I mean, I got so many fucking journalists, man. I go, look, I wrote to him every day. And I'd get mad at him, and I'd cuss him out, and I'd tell him, this is my awakening. I'm telling you about my awakening on TV. So anyway, then I come out here to the park again, and there's a lot of unanswered questions I have. And I did figure this out. We're all this freaking war shit and your high gas prices and your phony fucking elections and all that shit. It's an illusion. It's a show. They want you to pick a side so they can draw your energy on. Just like sports, just like the whole thing. And you know what? It works for most people. But it's time to wake up. Yeah. And anyway, then I come out to the park and I'm start my drawing again. And I told you I had that little weird experience that my friend filmed the other day, and I was cussing out my mother or sister, whoever the fuck she is. I got a confirmation on that too. And then anyway, the other day I come out here to the park, and well, let me tell you another story. There's a story about, I went to one of those weirdo churches where this pastor was obviously a little fucktard, but anyway, I liked that church because it was non-denominational, and they freaking ran around in that church and held their hands high and praised God, and I liked it there. But one day I snuck off to Bible study so my ex-husband wouldn't find out. Well, he knows because he was fucking filming me for the last fucking whatever. I've always been filmed. So anyway, I went to this old thing, and this really nice gentleman came up to me, and he says, I'm a seer, a prophetess, whatever the fuck you call that. I'm one of those too. Anyway, he tells me, he says, when I opened my eyes, I didn't know this guy from Adam. Maybe he wasn't told about me yet. He just thought he'd be living the life of old Zion here. Anyway, I'm not in Zion anymore. I left fucking hell, and now I'm in fucking paradise. Anyway. Sorry. No, I'm not. This is still hell. But this isn't. This green grass. So anyway, he tells me, he comes up and he goes, you know what? You know that show, The Bachelor? And I said, yeah. And he goes, you know how they walk up and give the girl a rose, or if you're going to be with this one, you give that girl, or vice versa, males, females, bachelorette. I said, yeah. So anyway, I know my Bible pretty good, but I can't remember. I'll have to get some confirmation on that. He says, I want you to read the scripture. It was either in Isaiah or something about Solomon. I don't know if it was. I can't remember the other book. Sorry, sometimes I do forget shit, but I do remember a lot of fucking shit. Anyway, so this guy tells me, he says, you are one of the people out of a big, huge crowd of people. And Jesus walks up and hands you a rose. He picks you out of everybody. And I thought, and at the point of my life and how shitty I felt, I thought, yeah, well, he's fucking wrong. Because God fucking left me a long time ago. All the shit I'd been through. But anyway, I think that was a sign. So anyway, I'm experiencing all my fucking little writing out here and everything. And I remember most of the people that were close to me in my life could do this writing. My dad could do it. I can't remember if Kevin Rasmussen could. I know Mike Coyle could do it very well. My mom could do it. My dad could do it. I'm sure I don't know about my brother David, but Mike Coyle, he used to do it really well. In fact, that's how I got fucking scammed with my old Timmy, because he used to draw pictures of me and call me Timmy because I looked like the boy that was skinny with short hair and big boobs. Yeah. So that's how I got my name, and that's how the whole fucking world got my password out, because I used Timmy for fucking everything. Then when I thought my password got compromised, what did I do? I put another M or another I in it, and then eventually a 2, and then a 2, and then it was Tim, Timmii 22 exclamation point, because I did everything 2 times. Kind of strange, because like when I was a kid, I had some old parakeets that Lola named, and their name was Pete and Repeat, everything twice. That's why I always say Joel and Bri, and, you know, on and on and on like I do. Anyway, so I'm out here, and I write, and I was journaling, and I say to Spirit, to God, I know who God is. Anyway, I started writing down questions, right? And then I started writing questions, and I started getting freaking answers. But you know what I would see? I would see, oh, I forgot to tell y'all. I started seeing that Big Bird was not a big bird. It was a fucking rose. It's all a contest about fucking roses. It's a fucking writing contest. And I'm an important individual because I do it better than anybody. But you know what? I don't really give a shit that he stole all my fucking money and stuff. And I know who left me money. I got a lot of people left me money, including money from my childhood, from my art. But I don't really care about that. I mean, I have so much fucking money that all I have to do is go get it. But you know what? I have my abundance. That's all fucking what fucking matters. But anyway. And, so anyway, and I start asking, I was out here just journaling in the way, and then it turns into my weird, crazy ass looking shit. And then I start asking questions. And look how pretty my freaking writing is. It's fucking beautiful. So anyway, I started asking Spirit questions. And then I started getting answers. And I started drawing a fucking rose. It wasn't fucking Big Bird. It's a rose. It's a contest of the rose. Kind of like the War of the Roses. Rose. Lots of rose inside. Some say love. I don't own the right to that song. Anyway, they put it all in front of us. It's all a big fucking illusion. But anyway, I found out I know how to get answers. And you know the old George Strait song, you know? Do you love me? Do you want to be my friend? So just answer yes or no, right? Is that all this life's about? Just getting answers to questions? Because you know what? If you guys all have any questions or anything shitty ever happened in your life, and you want to start figuring out what happened in your life, I'm a teacher, and I know people are going to pay for me to do I guess I'm a reader. I guess I'm a fucking witch of some kind. Not a bad witch. I know who, like on Wizard of Oz, the old Flora, not that old dark, ugly green lady, the old reptilian. It's all Wizard of Oz. Everything's Wizard of Oz. Just like my fucking yellow brick road I just drew in that picture that I showed you. So anyway, I start asking questions. And I did the old yes or no. And then, you know, when they used to have that old Pictionary or whatever on TV and charades and stuff, and they go like this, or it's all body language, or they do this tap, 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 like, come on, give me the answer. That's exactly what this freaking is. See, I just got a confirmation. I just drew another fucking rose. See, every time I ask Spirit, is what happened? I get a confirmation. If not, I don't get a confirmation. I don't. And if I see yellow, that's like home run, man. That's like, oh. Anyway, it's all in plain sight. Everything's in front of us. I'm a teacher. I'm supposed to teach this. And I'm supposed to be an artist. And I'm supposed to live the rest of my life on this here earth. And live it to the fullest extent anybody ever thought imaginable. And that's what I'm going to do. Yep, I'm going to do it. And if you don't believe me, just watch me. And I do know who God is, our Son, the Son. And I'm a bridge. I'm a direct connection to Source. And I'm here to awake the chosen one. And if you're wondering if you're a chosen one, all you have to do is ask me and I could figure it out. Usually I could tell just by looking at you. And I sure know some sweethearts that's been coming into my mind. And some people that really fucking betrayed me, like some of my little best friends in high school. Yeah, they betrayed me in a different way. They didn't sleep with my husband. They just wanted to be me. Oh, and I know about... I've been tried to be cloned. There's a few of them walking out there, but they're a little bit delulu. Maybe an old Kaylee and another little girl from Lander, Wyoming. That's as far as I'm going to go into that. But I know, I always thought that little girl looked a lot like me. You can't make these scars. You can't duplicate that. And guess what? You also can't duplicate a birthmark. Yeah, how'd that one work out for you? Anyway, have a great day, guys.